pretty nice knowing that Dario feels as though I'm a threat to win. I don't think we've hit the track once since after qualifying without being together on the racetrack. So we have been waiting for each other, and we leave the pits together and do our long runs together, and it's been perfect. I mean, we've been working together, making each of our cars faster and faster from his input, from my input, and using Will's input as well. And I don't want to leave Will out of the picture either, because he's been a great asset too. But we know what we have, and it's about exactly the same. Our setups are like right there, and it's going to come down to, hopefully it's between us, but this is the 500 and anything can happen, and we do have some, Franchitti last time he was here won it, and Dixon is the reigning 500 champion, and you can bet TK wants to win it as much as anyone here. So it's going to be tough.
Scott, are you consumed by the idea of winning back-to-back Indy 500s, a la Elio Castroneves?
Yeah, I'm the only one that can do it this year, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a huge challenge, but I think the way you've just got to treat it like another race. To be honest, I think if you get caught up in that stuff too much, you're going to psych yourself out, and if that happens, it's fantastic. If not, there was a reason why I shouldn't have.
Well, Elio just said that he felt that the spotlight's on you to win back-to-back, but he felt that his teammate, Ryan, is a more of a challenge to him. What do you think of that? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does almost, because you know what equipment your teammate has. I think I always look at, you always got to have inter-team competition, and that's always the first guy you look to beat is your teammate, because they're on the same equipment. So I know what Elio is saying by that, but if he's just worrying about Ryan, I'd be a little worried, because there's a lot of people out there that are going to be extremely tough, not just us, but AGR and good 6, 7, 8 cars.
I think Scott and I are pretty low-key guys, and Scott and I had a good laugh in 07 because we came here, both him and I, nobody talked about us. Whether it was on TV or in the build-up, nobody really paid any attention to Scott or I, and we finished 1-2 and did the same in the championship. So we're a pretty low-key organisation. We like to kind of, let our driving do the talking and all that sort of stuff. So it's a lot of good teams out there.
Last time Scott was here, the last time Franchitti was here, they both won the race. Yeah, they are. I think they're a great team as well. I think Scott and Dario are a perfect pairing for teammates as well. They, from what I see from the outside and from what I hear, they do work very well together and like similar setups, and that always helps within a team when there's good teamwork going on. And Ganassi's a strong team. There's no doubt they're going to be a threat.
We can all sit here and say who we think's the biggest threat, but we'll find out Sunday, won't we? It's everybody. I think Elio is looking very strong. I think Ryan's has had a strong month too. None of it means anything until you throw the checkered on Sunday.
Your confidence level starting in the middle of the front row must be sky high also.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I've got confidence going in, but at the same time, I haven't won here, and I've got guys all around me that have won the race, but it's the first time for me going into the 500, of my previous 3 starts, that I actually feel confident, where I feel as though I can win the race. It's the first time, and I think it's the experience that I've gained during my time at Team Penske, last year and going into this year. My last several oval races have been solid. I've always been in contention to win, and that's where I was really lacking this time last year. Oval experience, and it's kind of done wonders for me.
From as long as I've known Chip, with one exception, I think he's he's pretty much just going to hire what he thought was the best guys in his seat, who he could put in his seat. He did it all through the sort of the late 90s with Zanardi and Vassar. And then he hired Dixie. He hired Dan straight out of winning it, and he basically is like, okay, I've hired you. I'll give you the best equipment to do the job. We know how good the target team is. Now, go do your job. There's no messing around. Both Scott and I want to win as badly as anybody, so we don't need any additional pressure. And Chip knows that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have hired us.